Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very rainy Hart Park for this friendly doubleheader today as FC Milwaukee Torrent take on Isthmus City FC. Isthmus City coming out of the great city of Madison, Wisconsin. As I said, doubleheader, women about to kick off here in literally seconds. And this game will then be followed by the Torrent men taking on the Isthmus City FC men's squad. Looking at our starting 11 for Isthmus City. Number 21, Angelina Perez. Number 15, Madigan Haynes. Number 5, or we shall find out, there have been a few number switches just before kickoff here. Maya Griffin. Wearing number 6, Grayson Schmidt. Number 19, Paige Ferentz. Number 2, Monica Gutierrez. Number 5, Lucia Pierce. In goal, number 0, Ireland Baumberger. Wearing number 12 tonight, Kasaya James. Wearing number 8, Nadia Wedge. And wearing number 16, Natalie Lineberger. Your starting 11 for Isthmus City FC as this ball goes out of bounds for a Torrent throw-in. Speaking of the Torrent, starting 11 actually going full strength here for Andy Davi's side. In goal, as she's been playing all year, starting Mickey Easter, great product out of Marquette University. Wearing number 5, Senya Moyer. Number 9 in the midfield, Lola Wojcik. Joining her in the midfield, number 10, Lainey Higgins. Also in midfield, wearing number 12, Ryan Locante. Number 12, up at right forward, number 19, Alexa Miletus. Miletus with the goal that clinched the Midwest Conference Championship just a few days ago here at Hart Park. At right back, number 22, Maddie Solaric. Joining Miletus up top, number 23, Elsie Twombly, leading goal scorer for this club. Number 27 in the back, Greta Hansen. Captain of the team, wearing number 31, Kelly Swenson. And finally, in the back, joining Swenson, number 88, Savannah Sievert. Wojcik with the ball, plays it back. Torrent, of course, going to have to be very careful here. They play in the Central Region playoffs this coming Saturday here at Hart Park, 7 p.m. Kickoff on that game, playing Selvo SC. So Torrent will want to make sure they walk off the field healthy at the end of the 90 minutes today. I am sure we will see some switches at halftime. We do not have a full roster like the Torrent usually would, as Wojcik makes her way towards the box, sends this in with her left foot, goes off the chest of a defender. There are plans to at least have Madison Osborne jump in goal for the second half. We'll see if that holds true. Andy Davi keeping all of his subs right now in the locker room, keeping those legs warm. It is a rather cold day here along with the rain. It's in the low 60s. And keep in mind that the weather has usually been very sunny and quite warmer than it is today, although rain is definitely needed in the area. If you are in Milwaukee, make sure you come out this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, Central Region semifinals for WPSL. Colorado Rapids women's team taking on Casey Courage in the first game. Again, that is Saturday night here at Hart Park. And then the Torrent will play at 7 p.m. And the following day, Sunday, the winner of both those games will then play for the Central Region championship, Whoever wins that game goes on to nationals for the WPSL. Be some great action to check out here at Hart Park this coming weekend. Moyer with the ball for the Torrent. Plays it to Wojcik. Wojcik with a nice move, making her way once again towards the box. Miletus with a pass back to Cehlarik. Cehlarik taking the shot, goes off the crossbar. Twombly there for the rebound, couldn't get enough on it, and it goes into the hands of Baumberger. Moyer back to Swenson. Swenson to Hansen. Hansen playing this on the near side to Cehlarik. Cehlarik looking at her options. She has a few. There's the first. Twombly in the middle. Twombly playing it right back to Cehlarik. Cehlarik in the box. Now the ball bounces out to Miletus near the end line. Miletus not able to get to it, but I do believe that is a corner kick. Instead, referee calls a goal kick. Miletus in a bit of amazement here with the call. 6th minute of play, though, 0-0. Referee indicating there was a deflection off of Miletus. Ball played up in the middle of the park. I believe number 10 tonight is Maya Griffin. That's what we're going to go with anyway. The lone sub for Isthmus City tonight is Lauren Gallivan. And this ball played across the field once again. Cehlarik here on the near side. Plenty of room in front of her. She takes it, makes a move, and now plays it down the middle of the field where it goes straight to the Isthmus defense. Sent out of bounds. Torrent throwing once again. Hansen with the throw. Cehlarik hoping to play this ball to Miletus. Miletus hopping over the ball, throwing once again for Milwaukee. Well, while the Torrent have plenty of Division I college players on their roster, Isthmus City coming into this game today well represented by quite a few Division III schools. And we'll get to some of those in a minute. Moyer with the long shot. This one's going on the track here at Hart Park. Goal kick for Isthmus. Speaking of some of these Division schools that are Division III schools that are well represented here, Luther College being one of them. In fact, Ireland Baumberger, your goalkeeper tonight, as well as Keziah James, who's playing in midfield, both play college ball at Luther College, so teammates there. What's also interesting about those two is they were teammates in high school at Evansville High School. So while the Torrent have their share of Marquette teammates and UWM teammates, see a little bit of that on Isthmus side as well. Cehlarik in the box. Wojcik wanted to turn her body a little bit more there. And coming in is wearing number 20, Lauren Gallivan. Gallivan coming in for Nadia Wedge. Wedge had played varsity soccer at Madison East High School. Taking a break here. Misplayed. Paige Ferentz. Again, another Division III player. I was saying Paige Ferentz is up in Appleton, Wisconsin at Lawrence University, another Division III school represented here tonight. Elsie Twombly plays this off, a miscommunication by the Isthmus defense, and Twombly gets the first goal of the night in the 10th minute of play, directly off of that free kick. Misjudged by Baumberger in goal. However, like I said, it certainly looked like a Isthmus defender was going to get a foot on that. It looked like that's what Baumberger was waiting for. Player not able to do that. Ball slips by Baumberger and Torrent up 1-0. Once again, courtesy of Elsie Twombly. Now, of course, tonight's goals will not count in the official stats, but that would mark Twombly's 12th goal in all competitions. Officially sitting at 11 goals in the WPSL. Wedge making her way back onto the field. Coming off the field, Monica Gutierrez. Hearing in the background the great voice of Dan Pfeiffer. Affectionately known as the voice of the Valley. Solaric with the ball. Plays it up to Miletus. Wojcik in the middle of the field. All the way back to Solaric. Solaric plays this up to Higgins. Higgins with a great run from the middle of the field diagonally to this near side. Sends this one up. Just goes out of bounds as Ryan Locante able to get on the end of that. But unfortunately, not close enough to the goal. Another goal for Elsie Twombly. This one in the 14th minute of play. We apologize for the lack of excitement on that goal. Shorthanded tonight, having to do some communication with the Isthmus City coaches, trying to get some clarification on numbers. However, in the end, doesn't matter. Torrent now up 2-0. Twombly with both goals, so a brace early on for her. Looking back at the replay, some misplayed passes in the 18 of Isthmus. Twombly there to intercept the ball and easily knock it in the back of the goal. Again, a lot more experience on this Torrent team. Isthmus City is pretty new to the soccer scene as this ball is played to Miletus. Miletus has a runner off the far side. He looks to play it up to Twombly. Instead, well intercepted by Isthmus City defense. And a slew of substitutes now about to come on for the Torrent. But as I was saying, this Isthmus City team is pretty new to the soccer scene. In fact, right now they're only playing exhibitions. They are not officially in a league. So a lot of this is to be expected. A spirited bunch of players, that's for sure. We certainly appreciate them traveling here to Wauwatosa, coming in from Madison. Not sure I'll be able to get all of these substitutes for you, but I will do my best. Coming on to the field, Caden Screamer, wearing number 7, number 8, Lucia Brown. Wearing number 13, Cameron Reese. Number 21, Annika Tarwaki. Special shout out to her. She helped us out with camera on our game just the other night. Did a wonderful job with that. Great to see her on the field as well. Number 11, Miranda Sophia. Number 15, Caitlin Owens. Number 16, Katie Swenson. And number 20, Sydney Sagal. And although I thought the subs for the Torrent were all in the locker room, there's actually a tent they are all standing under. Trying to keep as dry as possible, which is almost impossible in this weather today. (17 minutes, or 17th minute, I should say, 16 and a half minutes into this one. Torrent lead 2-0, courtesy of goals by Elsie Twombly. Twombly with the early brace, first goal in the 10th minute. Direct kick right outside of the box on the near side. A little bit of confusion defensively by Isthmus, which was also the case in the 14th minute goal that Twombly scored. Keeper playing it to her right. That defender trying to play it across the goal ended up going basically straight to Twombly. Easy finish for her, bringing us to the current score. The Swenson sisters now playing in the back together. Kelly, center back. Katie on the left. I was talking to Kelly after their last game when they clinched the Midwest Conference Championship. Kelly's actually going to be heading out to Portugal. She'll be on trial for a women's team out there. Very excited about that opportunity, of course. And we wish her the best. Of course, first, we wish her a great run in the playoffs before heading out to Portugal. Kelly with an outstanding career at UW Milwaukee, where she ended up being a volunteer assistant coach for a while. Finished that up this year, and as I said, we'll next head out to Portugal. Katie Swenson sending this out of bounds. Corner kick for Isthmus. Isthmus looking for their first chance at goal. Ball sails in. Katie with a soft touch, now able to get it all the way out. Screamer on the near side. Nice touch with the outside of her foot. Still going forward. She's got two other players, not able to beat them. Instead, that is sent long by Nadia Wedge. Katie Swenson sending this across the field. Tarwaki on the ball for Milwaukee. Brown attempting to send this to the far side, instead goes out of bounds for the throw-in. That was a nice 1-2 play, however, between Brown and Owens. Moyer with the turn after receiving the ball from Kelly Swenson. Nice touch by Sophia. Ball still alive for the Torrent in the midfield. Swenson playing this ball forward. Screamer on the ball for Milwaukee. Eventually gets into the middle where Sagal is there. Plays it to her right. Caitlin Owens on the ball, now plays it forward. Heavy pressure from the Torrent, mainly by Tarwaki, forcing Isthmus to play this ball out of bounds for another Torrent throw-in. Looks like Caitlin Owens will be handling the throw-in responsibilities this time around. Score remains 2-0 as we enter the 23rd minute of play. My name is Simon Provan. Thanks so much for joining us here. I hope wherever you are staying warm and dry. And while we get the fortune of being up here in the press box, it's certainly rainy and cold down on the field, rainy and cold walking in, so a lot of us are still drying off just from walking up to the press box. Screamer, one of the guest players today for Milwaukee, not able to hold on to that one. As Katie Swenson looks to win this back. Instead, gets turned around by Maya Griffin. Griffin plays this out to her right. Foot race that Kelly Swenson will win and actually allows that ball to roll out of bounds. Goal kick for Milwaukee. Owens on the right side. Seeing if she has any options. Plays this up to Sophia. Sophia with a beautiful ball. I believe that's Tarwaki on the far side. Nevertheless, Lucia Pierce got there first, sent it out. Corner kick for the Torrent. Pierce, she'll be a freshman later this year at Lawrence University. She'll find herself a teammate with Paige Ferentz. So again, another college connection here tonight for this Isthmus City FC team. Lawrence, a beautiful campus up in Appleton. Wish them both well on their college seasons. Torrent once again threatening the goal. Misplayed. Isthmus sends it, but only as far as Kelly Swenson, who's there to head it back in. Plays it up. Ball comes back to Swenson. Couple of players falling over in these last few minutes. Both teams are going to want to be careful. No need to walk off with injuries. Certainly want to walk off with energy, but not with injuries in a friendly exhibition, especially for the Torrent. Again, big playoff games coming up this Saturday. FC Milwaukee Torrent hosting the Central Region playoff games. Of course, we'd love to have you join us here in the stadium at Hart Park. But if you can't, make sure you tune into 11 Sports. That is where we will be broadcasting this weekend. Again, 11sports.com. Just search for FC Milwaukee Torrent if you want to check out their game over the live stream. That'll be at 7 p.m. this Saturday, taking on Salvo SC. And before that match, again, here at Hart Park, Colorado Rapids women taking on KC Courage. 4 very strong teams in the WPSL. Honored to be calling all 3 games this weekend. Of course, Saturday are the semifinals, and then Sunday, the championship match of the Central Region. A spot in the national championship playoffs on the line. Paige Ferentz with the throw-in. Caden Screamer reads it well. Gets that ball up to Sagal. Second verse, same as the first. Ferentz with the throw-in. This one goes out on black. This will be a Torrent throw-in. Katie Swenson, who played 2 years at UW Whitewater, transferred to UW Milwaukee for her junior year, played 1 game this past fall. As Milwaukee looks to get in the box one more time. So Katie following in the footsteps of her sister by making her way to the Panthers. Bit of a mistouch, but in the end, no worries for Bergerman. I'm sorry, Baumberger. My apologies. Swenson with a nice touch, plays it in the middle. By the way, that Colorado Rapids and KC Courage game here at Hart Park on Saturday will kick off at 4 p.m. And then Championship Sunday, that game will kick off at 3 p.m. So make sure you make it out to Hart Park this weekend for exciting WPSL action. Once again, a spot in the WPSL Final Four on the line. Championship match will take place July 23rd. That is for the WPSL Championship. That will be hosted at Neil Patterson Stadium in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Again, July 23rd at 7 p.m., the WPSL Championship match. Certainly hope to see the Torrent women in that, but they have a couple of games to win before. Owens with the ball. Looking to play this up to Sophia, Miranda Sophia out of St. Thomas University. The Tommies, as they are known, in St. Paul, Minnesota. Played just ahead of her, over the end line, goal kick for Isthmus. Swenson up to Sagal. Sagal with a bit of a shove. Easy call for the referee as that happened right in front of him. Torrent once again going to bring back the 8 players they took off before. Opportunity here for Sophia. Cuts it to her right foot, now plays it in the middle. Ball still in the box. Played out just a bit. Gutierrez trying to win it for Isthmus. Eventually falls back into possession of the Torrent. Tarwaki, my apologies. Sends it all the way across. Screamer with the play in. Ball at the top of the box. A shot on goal just wide, actually. And this will be a goal kick for Isthmus. And as I said, a slew of subs coming in for the Torrent. For Isthmus, coming back to the field, number 12, Keziah James. And coming on for the Torrent, Lola Wojcik, Ryan Locante, Alexa Miletus, Maddie Solaric, Elsie Twombly, who has a brace on the day already, Greta Hansen, Savannah Sievert, and Lainey Higgins. I believe I got them all, folks. A lot of the guest players coming off. We are in the 32nd minute of play after a very fast start for the Torrent, who have continued to dominate this half. Things have slowed down as far as goal scoring is concerned. But both goals came courtesy of Elsie Twombly, first in the 10th and the other in the 14th minute. Now with basically all the starters back in, we'll see if the Torrent can get at least another one here before the halftime whistle as Lainey Higgins plays this in the box right at the 6. Ball still alive. Wojcik with the shot, and top of the goal it goes, making it 3-0, 33rd minute goal. Usually it's the commentator's curse. I guess that time it was the commentator's blessing. Just as I mentioned, all the starters being back out there, seeing if the Torrent can get a third. They do. Lola Wojcik keeping that ball alive. Saw her looking for the goal several times during that Midwest Conference Championship game. And tonight she converts one, sending it to the top of the goal. And Torrent coming right back at it. Miletus trying to play this one back to your goal scorer, Wojcik. Wojcik winning that ball from Higgins. Now playing this out to the far side. Locante able to get to it. But so was Baumberger in the end, grabbing that ball out of the air. So Torrent certainly not playing their hardest today, as is wise, considering they've got very important games this weekend. Yet still able to find the goal now 3 times in this first half. Very comfortable night of soccer despite the conditions. And, of course, Isthmus only able to bring 1 sub tonight makes for tired legs for them as well. Mickey Easter on the ball, not much work for her today. Plays this to her right. Misplayed a bit by Owens, goes out of bounds near midfield, throw-in for Isthmus. Wojcik with the interception. Now she does have Solaric on her left, whom she plays it to. Solaric picks her head up. She has options. Playing this for Twombly. Twombly with an opportunity for a hat trick. Instead plays it across the box. Ball still alive, but this will go in favor of Isthmus. Now played up. And Wojcik once again winning the ball back for Milwaukee. Owens to Sievert. Sievert back to Higgins, who plays it back to Owens on the right side. James playing that out to Natalie Lineberger. Lineberger playing the left back position today for Isthmus City. Milwaukee may not be playing as high speed as usual. Nevertheless, they continue to look for another goal. Some nice 1-2 play that they continue to work on in this friendly. Sievert plays this ball up to LeConte. LeConte with some nice moves, able to get a turn, but then poked away in the end by number 2, Gutierrez. Gutierrez, by the way, had a fantastic career in junior college at Madison College. Her final year there, she was selected first team all-conference as well as selected to the all-region team. Her first year there, named second team all-region, finishing that year with 6 goals and 4 assists. Katie Swenson to Wojcik. Plays it out to Maddie Solaric. Solaric, some nice moves. Looked like she was going to cut in, then decided to try to play it to Miletus. Too soft of a touch, but still works in the Torrent's favor as that goes out of bounds. Ferrand sending it out. Solaric with the throw-in. Ball bouncing in favor to Wojcik, trying to make her way into the box once again. Ball falls to Solaric. Tries to cut it to her left, but just too much of a cut. And this is already a fast surface by itself, but certainly with the rain on it, making it even faster tonight. Certainly have to be aware of that and try to compensate for that in the second half. 37th minute, just about the 38th minute of play. FC Milwaukee Torrent hosting this friendly in a doubleheader tonight. Women play first, men play next. This game kicked off about 5 p.m. Men look to kick off at 7 p.m., and certainly with a friendly, we don't expect much, if any, stoppage time. Usually pretty clear cut to just call it at 45 and 90, but we'll see what our center referee decides to do as we get closer to that 45th minute. Higgins, shot on goal, fingertip save, bounces off the crossbar. Twombly there tries to tap it over the goal. That hits the crossbar as well, stays in, and eventually goes out of bounds. Wojcik keeping that one alive momentarily. Wasn't sure where that one was going to fall when it eventually hit the ground. Wojcik was ready, though, in case that ended up bending back into the field. Ball sent forward where Mickey Easter will allow that to run out of bounds for a Torrent goal kick. Solaric with the touch, decides to keep it now, sends it up to Wojcik. Wojcik in a bit of a foot race, able to get there. Now near the end line. Plays it all the way back to Higgins. Higgins alone has space if she wants it. Says tries to get it over the defensive line of Isthmus. Ball falls to Caitlin Owens. Owens looking for a shot. Puts her hands to her face in disappointment, knowing that one was well over the goal. Well, taking a look at the Central Region in the WPSL. KC Courage were the champions of the Heartland Conference. Undefeated this year with a record of 7 wins, 3 draws, only giving up 5 goals over those 10 games. And with having scored 28, they sit at a plus 23 goal differential. And the Courage will be taking on the Colorado Rapids women 4 p.m. on Saturday. That game here at Hart Park. Colorado Rapids women, probably the team to beat, winning all 10 of their games this year, going 10-0-0, having only allowed 2 goals against them the entire season. 34 goals for, by the way, that's 32 points. Or 32 plus 32 goal differential. So finishing the season with a perfect 30 points. Then, of course, FC Milwaukee Torrent in the nightcap on Saturday, 7 p.m. kickoff. 7 wins, 1 loss, no draws on the year. They had to face the Columbus Eagles FC in the Midwest Conference Championship, as the Midwest Conference is split between the Lake Michigan Division and National Road Division. Torrent able to win that game, claiming the Midwest Conference crown, but took extra time to do so. In the 106th minute, Alexa Miletus became the hero, scoring 30 seconds into the second half of extra time, and then holding on the rest of the way. And the Torrent, by the way, will be playing Salvo SC. Salvo SC, arguably, perhaps you could say the most beatable team. However, it's not like they had a bad season. It's just that they took second in the Northern Conference. But they still also went undefeated, 6 wins on the year, 2 draws, no losses. Very strong defensive team, as they only allowed 3 goals all year themselves. Scored 34. So when I say most beatable, it is razor thin when we're looking at all 4 of these teams of who's the best. And I guess I would say it as the least best, because they are 4 very, very strong teams. Torrent, by the way, if we're looking at goals for and goals against, which I've done for everybody else, 41 goals scored, only 4 allowed, plus 37 on their goal differential. So these teams are going to be very balanced with facing each other. Certainly a case of anybody being able to beat anybody on the day. But the only way to know for sure is to be at Hart Park Saturday. First game at 4, second game at 7. 44th minute of play, Torrent up 3-0 in this friendly. FC Milwaukee Torrent taking on Isthmus City FC. Mickey Easter coming off her line, but ball is, no, it looked like it was still alive. Near side of AR, however, deemed it to be out of bounds. Goal kick for Milwaukee. Isthmus finding their way a bit here in the final minute of play. last couple of minutes, making some runs into their attacking third. By the way, looking at the standings in all of the WPSL, Colorado Rapids women, only one of two teams to go the entire season without a loss or draw to win every single game. The other team being the Ambassadors Cleveland Football Club, them of the Lake Erie Conference. But back here at Hart Park, it is halftime. No stoppage time as was expected. FC Milwaukee Torrent up 3-0 over Isthmus City FC. Goals by Elsie Twombly in the 10th minute. Direct kick just outside of the box. Made it through the defensive line and past the goalkeeper of Isthmus, giving a score of 1-0 in favor of Milwaukee. Twombly then would double the lead in the 14th minute as she intercepted a pass in the Isthmus City box and calmly placed it in the back of the net. And then in the 33rd minute, Wojciech, beautiful shot that hit the top of the net inside the goal, giving Torrent the 3-0 lead. Well, it is halftime here at Hart Park. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right before the second half kicks off. We'll see you on the other side. Folks, welcome back to a very rainy Hart Park here in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. FC Milwaukee Torrent hosting Isthmus FC, Isthmus City FC, in these two friendlies tonight. Doubleheader. Women kicked off at 5 o'clock, just about to head into the second half, and then the men will kick off at 7 o'clock. 7:30. My apologies, 7:30 for the men. And the rain calmed down a little bit at half, but of course, as luck would have it, just as the second half kicks off here, rain starts coming down a bit more strongly. So a lot of guest players out there right now, a lot of players who usually don't start on the field right now, and the second half is underway. Kelly Swenson, though, team captain and center back, the anchor of the defense, as she has been for a number of years here with the Torrent, is starting the second half. Torrent playing more of a 3-4-3 in the second half. Not a formation you see very often, but Solaric trying to make good. Penalty kick called. I will get a look at that in a second here as our stream catches up. At first look, it certainly, I did not see the foul. But Maddie Solaric nevertheless stepping up for this one. Making it good, 4-0, officially in the 47th minute, off of a PK. Looking back at that replay, was not able to actually see if there was a foul or not. Again, live look from up here anyway, certainly did not look to be the case. But, of course, I'm about 100 yards away further than the center referees, so certainly give the ref the benefit of the doubt there. Torrent up now, 4-0. Goals now in the 10th minute, 14th minute, 33rd minute, and now here off of a PK in the 47th minute. While Solaric has had a fantastic season on that right wing. Actually, left wing. And nice to see her get a goal to her name as the women prep for their playoffs this weekend. Isthmus still trying to find an opportunity. They did start to make some headway at the end of the first half, but Torrent have taken all the momentum right back with that goal just a minute into the second half. Lineberger with the throw-in. Number 2, Monica Gutierrez in a bit of a fight there with Tarwaukee. Tarwaukee able to win that one, and the throw-in for Milwaukee. Locante with a nice touch. Plays this up to Brown. Brown with a heavy touch. Stays with it, though, and forces the ball to be played out of bounds as Schmidt sends it out of bounds. Schmidt, by the way, Grayson Schmidt on Isthmus FC will be playing college ball at Monmouth College. in Illinois. Went to Lodi High School. She'll be a freshman, I believe, this coming fall, or perhaps was a freshman this past year. Nice turn on the ball from Maya Griffin. Foul called on the Torrent. Free kick for Isthmus. Ball sent to midfield. Ball sent out of bounds. Locante will take the throw in for Milwaukee as Torrent continue to press. Locante sending this ball towards goal. I believe that is Mackenzie Jones in goal now for Isthmus. Top of the box, Solaric looking for another goal, takes a bounce off the goalkeeper. Goes out for a corner kick for Milwaukee. Well, that's certainly chances to take in weather like this, especially if you can hit the ball hard. Make it take a skip off the ground. You never know what's going to happen. Won't be surprised if we see a few more chances like that from Milwaukee. Really challenging the goalkeeper for Isthmus. Corner kick taken. Right in front of the box. Bounces again, goes off of Gutierrez, I believe. Another corner kick for the Torrent. Ball sent in once again by Milwaukee. Well played by Isthmus, but will be a throw-in for the team in white. Kelly Swenson picks up the ball, now has Tarwaki, again one of our guest players today, takes the throw-in, goes out. Tarwaki going to take the throw-in once again for Milwaukee. Plays this one short. Miletus trying the old sombrero move. Doesn't work, but Milwaukee with possession and a shot from Locante. 55th minute of play now. Your Midwest Conference champions of the WPSL, FC Milwaukee Torrent, up over Isthmus City 4-0. Taking a look at the radar at halftime, this weather looks like it'll stay with us at least until 8:30. So even at kickoff for this doubleheader for the men's game at 7:30, we'll still be dealing with weather as we get a new ball on the field. Torrent on the far side of the field. Miletus with a touch. Nicely read by the Isthmus defender. Working her way up the field is Lucia Pierce. And now Torrent back in possession. A little bit of back and forth here between the two teams. Brown for Milwaukee. Plays it all the way back to Kelly Swenson. Torrent looking to reset here. Calm things down a bit. Solaric to Brown. Ball rolls out of bounds where Solaric will take the throw-in. Wedge with some nice foot skills. Good spin on the ball. Plays it back. Miss hit, though, in the end. Goes out of bounds for Milwaukee. That was Grayson Schmidt trying to send that one downfield. Solaric with the throw to Miletus. Right back to Solaric. Solaric sending this one into the box. Locante was hoping to get there, but nicely intercepted by Isthmus, though it does go out of bounds for a Milwaukee throw-in. We will see if Milwaukee elects for a long throw. They do not, but it is played to Sophia. Now Brown, nice back heel by Miletus. Unfortunately, nobody there for Milwaukee. Grabbed off the ground by Jones. Mackenzie Jones, the second half goalkeeper here for Isthmus. Played her ball at Edgewood College in Madison. Shot on goal, just skips off the crossbar. Miranda Sophia from the top of the box. Score remains 4-0 here in the 59th minute of play. And I can't remind you enough about WPSL Central Region playoffs being hosted here at Hart Park this coming weekend. Semifinal games on Saturday. First one at 4 p.m. between the Colorado Rapids women taking on KC Courage. Second game of the night, 7 p.m., FC Milwaukee Torrent taking on Salvo SC. The winners of those two games will then face off for the Central Region Championship Sunday at 3 p.m. Again, all of that here at Hart Park. It is supposed to be a beautiful weekend. So come on out, support your local FC Milwaukee Torrent women, and see some great soccer the entire weekend. And by the way, the winner on Sunday then goes to the WPSL Championship playoffs, final being hosted July 23rd at 7 p.m. in Stillwater, Oklahoma. I have just been informed. The person I've been calling Miranda Sophia as it showed up on the roster is actually Sophia Miranda. So, Miranda's, if you've been listening to this broadcast shaking your head, I don't blame you. I'll get it right from here on out now. Bond. James Bond. That's what I was going with. Isthmus City still really looking for their first opportunity, but thwarted by the Milwaukee defense. And Torrent looking for a counterattack. LeConte plays this into Miranda. Ball played up in the middle of the box. Jones comes out, grabs the ball off the ground as Cameron Reese looking for the opportunity for Milwaukee. And it looks like Greta Hansen and Savannah Sievert return for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Kelly Swenson. Don't usually see her get a break, but she's going to get one now, and why not? You're up 4-0 in a friendly a few days before your big semifinal match in the central region of the WPSL. And Katie Swenson also coming off the field for Milwaukee. And coming off the field for Isthmus City FC. I'll get confirmation of that sub in just a minute. Play continues. Gutierrez trying to play that ball forward for Isthmus, but instead called for a foul. Given a shove to LeConte. Speaking of LeConte, makes a run through the midfield for Milwaukee, still on the ball. Now plays it out to Tarwaki here on the near side. Tarwaki picks her head up, has options in the box, makes a move to her left, trying to do it on her own instead, not able to hold on to the ball. But as has been the story all day long, Isthmus City gets possession for just a moment. Torrent win it back. And while they win this ball here, Isthmus City trying to move forward. Torrent definitely had numbers back, and they take advantage of it once again, regaining possession. By the way, it was Keziah James who came off the field for Isthmus City FC. Gutierrez falling down, looked like perhaps some tangled legs, but Melita sees the goal wide open, takes a shot. We are calling it no goal, or is it a goal? Deceiving signals from the center referee. Players are treating it as if it's a goal. And yes, we are calling it a goal. It is official. It looked as if the center referee was waving his arms to indicate no goal. Then he started slapping his hands together as if he was applauding at the concert or something. And eventually, well, we still have a couple of players arguing with our center referee. Not sure what the conversation is, but we do have kickoff, so Miletus will be credited with that goal. 64th minute. From up here, it was tough to tell if that ball had fully crossed the line, but heads-up play by Miletus, seeing Jones out of her goal. But Miletus, about 30 yards out, gets it in the back of the net. No problem. Well, that's the difference between a well-experienced player. Looked as if perhaps, as Miletus here trying to force the issue, but this goes out for a corner kick. Looking back at the replay with our producer, Kevin O'Connor, it looked that there may have been a push in the run-up to that goal, and that perhaps is what the players were arguing about. But from my view, it looked like Gutierrez just tangled up her own feet and went down. Hence play continuing. If we did have VAR, I wouldn't be surprised if that would have been a goal that would have gone to video review. But in a friendly of this nature, and even in the WPSL, we do not have VAR. That ball taken from the corner, and you can see the water building up big time. Caden Screamer taking these corner kicks for Milwaukee. Locante running towards her. Will this be a short corner? It would almost make sense that it would be, considering the water buildup that is there, but instead this played right atop of the 6. Miletus with another touch, but this goes over the end line. Goal kick for Isthmus City FC. So reviewing the scoring today, 3 goals in the first half. First 2 coming from Elsie Twombly. First in the 10th minute. Twombly near the top of the box. Had a direct kick, which she sent directly into the goal. Went through a couple of defenders and then past the goalkeeper. Giving the Torrent a 1-0 lead. Then Twombly doubled that lead in the 14th minute as she completed her brace. Intercepted a pass that was played basically across the goal, giving her an easy one-time shot, making it 2-0. Then in the 33rd minute, Wojciech with a great shot that hit the top of the net. Opportunity here for Milwaukee. Off of the goalkeeper once again, out for a corner kick. But Wojciech making it 3-0 in the 33rd minute. That's how the first half would end. Then here in the second half, in the 47th minute, but really just about a minute in, Maddie Solaric stepping up to convert a penalty kick. And just a few minutes ago, Alexa Miletus taking the ball down the field, seeing the goalkeeper out of her goal. And from about 30 yards out, cracked a shot near post. No challenge by anybody. Goes directly into the back of the net. And that is where we are at here, 5-0 in the 69th minute of play. FC Milwaukee Torrent in this friendly versus Isthmus City FC. This will be followed at 7:30 with a match between the same clubs, but on the men's side. Once again, a slew of substitutes coming onto the field, including Katie Swenson, Caitlin Owens, Lola Wojciech, Lainey Higgins, Elsie Twombly, and I believe I got them all. I may have missed one or two. My apologies if I did. Welcome all of you who are watching this stream today. My name is Simon Provan. Certainly thank you for joining us. Whether we are tuning in from Milwaukee, Madison, or I see one of you out in San Diego. Certainly appreciate your patronage of this stream. Savannah Sievert stepping up. Got a foot on that ball. Goes out of bounds. Throw in for Isthmus. Returning to the match for Isthmus is Monica Gutierrez. Coming off the field is number 18, I don't have an 18, but I'm guessing that may be Kenzie Bielicki. '72nd minute now opportunity for Isthmus. But Katie Swenson there winning a throw-in for Milwaukee. While the Torrent had that big victory over Columbus Eagles FC Saturday night, there were a couple of games played on Sunday, which we will get to in just a minute. Sydney Segal taken down just outside of the box. Give credit to the center referee, looking to see if Torrent would get advantage on that. But as Segal went down, he blew his whistle right away. It's a new emphasis for referees that some people are still getting used to. Referees have been told to let play continue 2 or 3 seconds. You don't want to inadvertently take away an advantage that you may not see in the moment, but that they then do come back and call the foul if that advantage never actually takes. Elsie Twombly just outside of the box. This is basically where she was when she scored her first goal tonight. Puts this in the 6th. Nice punch out by Jones. Isthmus hoping to have a counterattack, but just not able to get enough players forward. And as I say that, player all alone in the midfield. But in the end, Milwaukee able to get enough players back. LeConte looking for Twombly on this play. Unfortunately, again, played just a bit too long. Never going to get to that on this wet surface the way it is. It was actually Sophia Miranda who played that ball, not LeConte. Twombly on the near side. Plays it to her right. Now cuts it to her left. Sends it in the box once again. Opportunity for Milwaukee. Jones not afraid to put her body on the line there. Segal as well, challenging that ball, forcing the keeper to make a play. Well, the WPSL finished up regular season play on Sunday, July 9th. Fresno Freeze drew 1-1 with the San Francisco Nighthawks in the Pac North Conference. And the only other game that day, San Antonio Blossoms losing 3-0 to the Houston Aces. That in the Texas Triangle Conference. So plenty of playoff action this Saturday. I've talked about the two games that'll be played here on Saturday at Hart Park. But other playoff games around the league, California Storm taking on the Westside Metros FC in the Pac North Conference. SC Del Sol taking on SoCal Reds FC in the Desert Conference. Nashville Rhythm FC taking on AHFC Royals in the Southeast. Clarkstown Soccer Club taking on SUSA FC, that for the Northeastern Conference Championship. FC Prime taking on the Charlotte Eagles, not the Columbus Eagles, the Charlotte Eagles in the Sunshine Conference. Reading United AC taking on Rhode Island Rogues in the Mid-Atlantic Conference. And, of course, those are all regional playoffs. As Isthmus making their way into the Torrent box, but just momentarily as the Torrent wins it once again. Ball played back up to midfield. Twombly with an excellent run here on the near side. Ball passed by Wojciech. Twombly towards the goal. Shot just over. Well played by Twombly. Two players running on from the Torrent. Tarwaki, one of them, trying to draw a defender off the ball. And running in the box with her, I believe, was Solaric. Can be difficult to tell without getting a chance to see the numbers on the back. But again, great ball from Wojciech in the middle of the park, playing that out to Twombly, who was making a perfect run on this near side. Well-placed pass by Twombly right in front of the goal. Unfortunately, Torrent not able to make good on a very strong buildup. Madison Osborne in goal for the Torrent. Osborne electing to play club this spring with SC Wave 06, a very successful team. As the Torrent now look for goal number 6. Instead, that's going to roll over the end line. Corner kick for Milwaukee. Player down for Isthmus. Trainer being called out. Well, I gave you the rundown of who would be playing this weekend for the WPSL playoffs. But just to give you a better idea, in the West region, we have the California teams. SC Del Sol taking on Social Reds FC, 8:30 in the morning. My goodness. Actually, every game in the West region is kicking off at 8:30, including their championship game, July 16th. It's been a long time since I have had to play a game at 8:30. I will tell you that. In the South region, Nashville Rhythm FC taking on AHFC Royals at 10 a.m. on Saturday. These games being held in Nashville, Tennessee. FC Prime taking on the Charlotte Eagles on the 15th. And then in the East, Clarkstown Soccer Club kicking off at 11 a.m., taking on SUSA FC in the East Region playoffs. And the other game, Reading United AC taking on Rhode Island Rogues. That game at 1:30. And all the championship regional matches will then take place Sunday on July 16th. From there, the winners of those games go on to the Final Four of the WPSL. As we continue to have a break in action here for an injured player on the field. Have not gotten clarification of who that might be, but we are officially in the 81st minute of play. Again, at 7:30, so just under an hour from now, we'll have the men's team from both clubs kick off. Finishing off this doubleheader of friendlies. Very, very rainy day here at Hart Park, as you can obviously see in the camera. A bit cold as well, low 60s. While low 60s may not be bad necessarily in Wisconsin, certainly with the heat that we have had, it feels colder than it usually would. And while the player continues to be attended to by trainers, we're going to take a break here. We may leave the video running, but audio-wise, I'm going to get myself some water. Don't leave us, folks. We'll be right back with you. You're watching this friendly between FC Milwaukee Torrent and Isthmus City FC. Folks, you're watching this club friendly between FC Milwaukee Torrent and Isthmus City FC after a brief pause due to an injury. Play continues, and an own goal by Isthmus City FC, making it 6-0 here officially in the 85th minute. Mackenzie Jones, the goalkeeper for Isthmus City, trying to keep the ball out after one of her defenders got a touch on it, bounced on the line. You got a feel for a goalkeeper when that happens. Our best wishes, by the way, to Nadia Wedge. Actually, Nadia Wedge is still out there. We thought that may have been the injured player. Well, we do certainly wish the injured player well and hope it's nothing serious. And, of course, game continues here. We shall see if stoppage time does get added for that injury or if both clubs agree to still end it at the 90-minute mark, which I would not be surprised to see. Ball played in. Wojcik with plans of springing another attack for the Torrent, but Isthmus City with other plans. Madigan Haynes sending this one into the Torrent box, instead goes over the line where Maddie Osborne collects it. Goal kick for the Torrent. Torrent looking for perhaps a seventh goal. Elsie Twombly in the box. Right-footed shot off the post. Ball still alive. Sophia Miranda with the shot. That also off the crossbar. Crossbar credited with 4 saves today. Twombly almost getting a hat trick on the day. Of course, this one's not over. Wojcik. Nice steal from Isthmus. Isthmus with a few numbers if they can make this work. 4-on-4. Throwing now for Sophia Miranda. As we come near to the end of this game, folks, I would like to let you know that even though we have a doubleheader going on, the men's game will be on a different stream, so we will end this stream very close to after this game is over. And then around 7 o'clock, we'll start the stream for the men's game, but kickoff for that is at 7:30. So that does give you some time to find the men's stream here on YouTube. We'll still be on the FC Milwaukee Torrent YouTube page, so shouldn't be too hard to find. Miranda playing this one up to Twombly. Twombly hungry for that hat trick, takes it inside the box. This could be it for her. Instead plays it off. Goal! FC Milwaukee Torrent. 89th minute of play. Making it 7-0 in favor of the Torrent. And Wojciech, the player, with another brace on the day. So Wojciech with the brace. Twombly, very unselfish play. She certainly could have gone at the goal, but instead played it off to Wojciech. One-timed it in the back of the net. As we are 15 seconds away from the 90-minute mark showing up on the scoreboard. We will see what our center referee decides to do. Whistle goes in his mouth. I think this one will do it for all of us. And indeed it does. So a 7-0 win for FC Milwaukee Torrent. Not much of a surprise, playing against a team that is fairly new, not in a league themselves yet, playing all kinds of exhibitions. Well represented is Isthmus City FC with many Division III and junior college players. Certainly saw some nice glimpses from them. FC Milwaukee Torrent doing what many expected, putting in quite a few goals today. A real quick rundown of those goals. 10th minute, Elsie Twombly off of a direct kick just outside the top of the box, putting that through a couple of defenders and past the goalkeeper. 14th minute, Twombly intercepting a pass in the box. Very calmly placed it in the back of the net for her second goal of the day. And then Wojciech would finish off the first half scoring in the 33rd minute. Very strong shot on goal, hit the top of the net, making it 3-0 at the half. Then a minute into second half play, Maddie Solera converted a penalty kick. 63rd minute, Alexa Miletus with a well-deserved goal. 85th minute, own goal by Isthmus City FC. Bounced around on the goal line, and as Mackenzie Jones tried to clear it off of her line, inadvertently went into her own goal. And then in the 89th minute, great run by Twombly down the right side, sent it to the middle of the box where she could have easily taken a shot going for a hat trick, but played it off to Wojciech, who finished off the scoring, making it 7-0 here in the first part of this doubleheader. Well, once again, stay tuned to the FC Milwaukee Torrent YouTube page. We're going to end this stream. We will start up a new one for the men. We will see you for that one, folks. My name is Simon Provan. Thank you for joining us here. Once again, make sure you come to Hart Park this weekend for Women's Premier Soccer League action, playoff time in the Central Region. First game, 4 o'clock, Colorado Rapids women at 4 p.m. taking on KC Courage. Then the nightcap at 7 p.m., FC Milwaukee Torrent hosting Salvo SC. And we got more soccer for you as Sunday is the championship game in the Central Region. No matter who plays that game, hopefully it is the Torrent, but even if it's not, that will be played here at Hart Park. That game, July 16th, 3 p.m. WPSL soccer all weekend long here at Hart Park. Join us for that. My name is Simon Provan on behalf of everyone here at FC Milwaukee Torrent. We'll see you at 7:30 for the men's game.